Hey there, and thank you for joining me for a short yet effective stretch session for your back and your hamstrings. You are going to need a strap for this. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, you could use a belt or a tie. You are also going to need a block, a yoga block. If you don't have one of these, you could use a thick set book or a cushion. I would just ensure that it gives you a fairly firm surface if you need to grab a couple of cushions. So if you do need a moment to grab your props, just pause me. Once you've got your bits and pieces, you're just going to pop them down to the edge of your mat. Make sure your strap is within grabbing distance and then turn around and just gently lie down onto your back. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Take a moment to find your scoop. This means your back is in the mat, so I'm not over tucking, I haven't lifted my bum up, and I'm not over arching, which means I'm not sticking my bum out and arching my back and flaring my ribs. So I've pulled my tummy in, my back is stable and strong. Left foot stays down, grab a hold of your strap, bend right knee into chest. We're going to hook the strap over the ball of the right foot, more towards the toes than your arches. And then you start to take the leg up towards the ceiling with the tailbone down. So try to avoid pulling the thigh too close, which means your tailbone will lift. Bum down and heel to the ceiling. Don't worry about whether your leg is bent. And we must work a stable spine, which means your butt is down. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, pull your tummy in and flex that right heel up towards the ceiling. It doesn't matter if the leg is bent or straight, as long as you're feeling a stretch through your hammy, back of the right thigh there. Breathe in as you back off it. Exhale as you stretch, what we call active stretching. So you're breathing in as you soften. You're breathing out to go into the stretch. I would recommend that you time yourself in this stretch for up to 5 minutes. No less than 2 minutes and up to 5 minutes. Active stretching, easing off on the inhale and going into the stretch on the exhale. You can have one hand on the strap or both. Just make sure that both of your shoulder blades are in the mat. So you haven't walked your hands so far up the strap that you've now got no neck and no postural awareness. The whole point of using the strap is to give yourself lots of space for your shoulders. So up to 5 minutes with the active breath, stable pelvis, tailbone down. I would keep the left leg straight, I would keep it bent, so that you can allow yourself to stay stable. It's not wrong if it goes straight. I would just recommend for the purpose of this session to keep it bent. Once you've done your 5 minutes on each side, you would then go back to the right leg. This is called supine twist. You would extend your left leg and squeeze your right knee towards your right shoulder. You would gently move your bum towards the right hand side of your mat. And you would cross your right leg up and over your left leg. So my right butt cheek is off of the mat. My left leg is straight. Your right arm comes out to the sides. So if I do that with my left leg, so you can see it if you're facing the monitor, left knee will hug in, right leg straight. I move my left hip to the left and cross my left leg up and over my right. So my butt cheek is off the floor, my left arm is reaching out. What is important is your shoulders are level on the floor. So if you go too far into the twist and your shoulder is lifted, you've gone too far into the twist. So you want to make sure you only go so far in that your chest is parallel to the ceiling. You've got your hips stacked and you're engaging what we call a spinal twist. This is exceptionally effective for opening up all the way from the hip to the shoulder, but particularly release through the lower back. Just like with the hamstrings, no less than 2 minutes on each side. up to 5 minutes on each side, depending on time. You soften on the inhale, you go into the stretch on the exhale. So you would just back off the pressure a little as you breathe in. Maybe you're pushing the thigh across the body but pressing the shoulders back as you breathe out. Don't worry about how far you go, particularly in the early days, because alignment and precision is everything. The depth comes with time. So we want to get in good habits early, not push too far too soon, fall into bad habits and perhaps not get the results that we're capable of. So when you've done your 2 to 5 minutes on each side, you come back to centre. Maybe you take some digestion time between each stretch. The very last one, we would grab our block, and I would recommend using it on the low side. So you'll notice you've got low, medium and high. And if you've got a book, same idea. If you're using cushions, just make sure they're not too high, but they do need to be firm. You'll put your feet flat on the floor, lift your bum and slide the block in, a little bit on your bum and a little bit on your lower back. So when you put your bum on the block or the prop, your back should feel comfortable. You can test that by drawing a knee in and drawing another knee in. If it's not comfortable, you don't feel supported, put your feet back down, readjust. And then you go again. So you should feel comfortable in your lower back. Now you can totally just keep the knees in, or you can start to extend your legs up towards the ceiling for what we call a supported inversion. Highly effective for many internal systems, including but not limited to your lymphatic system, your cardiovascular system, your digestive system. What we're using it for particularly today is lower back release. So generally the most injured area of the body, hips and pelvis. A stretch like this helps to decompress the lower back and pelvic area by lifting it off the floor. So all we need to do in this shape is take our deep breaths in and out, whether it's in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the nose and out through the nose. You're working the energy flow, the blood flow through your legs a lot here. So if this gets too intense, you can bend the knees back in. I cross my ankles, but you don't have to. So 2 to 5 minutes here. When you have finished that, you would bring your feet down onto the floor. So feel free, obviously, with the videos to pause them as you need to. When you finish, the feet come down and you take the block out and then you lower your bum down. And I would give yourself at least a minute, at least, the very least, to let your body digest the after effects of those 3 movements.